Location.
Good afternoon, Lord. We are so happy for this day, and we're so happy for the success we had throughout the last week and all the volunteers and the hours that were put in. We just ask that you continue to bless this club and the new officers and their jobs, and we thank you. Thank you very much for the food to our body. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Thank you. Lion Pat, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Lion Cheryl, will you lead us in our song?
Country to the sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrims pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Thank you.
How long Rick's gonna be out there?
Lion Tamers? Do we have any guests, Lion Tamers?
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, I'd like to introduce Hazel Johnston. Please stand. Hazel has already worked during the 4th of July.
Yay!
She actually knows how to be a lion because she was a lion when she was a little girl at Hazelville, right? Right. But anyway, we will be approving her, I think, at the board meeting on Thursday, and she's going to be our newest and youngest lion. Welcome.
Yay! Welcome. Lion Penny, Sunshine Report.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, we have several cards back here. One's for Rick, just saying that he hopes he recovers quickly. One's for the Woodruff family on the loss of Bonnie's mother. And the other one is, I forgot already. Oh, for Rosie, thank you. Just that we're taking of her and miss her. And some of you have signed the one for Rosie over at the lake. Also, I wanted to remind you about the thing for Marie and Walt. That's the 27th of July at the Longview, or Council Longview Elk, and it starts at 1 o'clock. So that's their memorial service.
And please wear your Lion's jacket,
Yeah, wear your
yellow
Lions
jackets.
attire.
Yeah. Thank you. Alrighty, tail twisters.
Are you ready for us?
Alrighty, let's do our happy bucks.
Hey, let's do this. Oh, that's right.
Past President Pat Palmer, write that down, still back here.
President Sharon, immediate past President Carrie Ann, all Lions guests. We're back here doing training so she can see the craziness that you guys throw at me every week. So she'll probably come up with a more wonderful system than I've ever had. So that's one of the happy buttons. Second one is that I'm going to thank Kevin for buying my lunch today. What a guy! I haven't seen him for months, and he buys me lunch. That was pretty awesome. Here's a healing dollar for Rick, so that Aaron has time to pay attention to what's going on here instead of him.
Yeah.
Fourth happy buck is that One of the things about being a lion for as long as I've been a lion is you forget exactly how painful it is to work in the chuck wagon when you haven't done it for a number of years. There's several Vicodins later, I feel much better, not a lot. And the last happy buck is that on Thursday, flying down to Vegas to meet up with my wonderful child Brian after she gets done with her convention for her work, and we're spending 4 days down there, and gonna go see Kelly Clarkson on Friday night.
Hey, did you say child bride?
I thought you said it right.
Yeah,
He did.
one of them here.
Right?
That was just a girlfriend. So she'll have plenty of time now that she's retiring. President, so she can look at it. Okay, I have a few more. I had a real nice trip to Alaska.
It's not very loud.
Working now? Yeah. I had a real nice cruise up in Alaska for 22 days. We saw 11 ports, but it was chilly. If you're going to go, I recommend summertime. It only rained one time. I didn't get off the boat at Sitka because it was raining, but had a great trip. I did 3 videos recently for the parade on the 4th of July, the boats race, and the kids race. And the boat race, I had a boat that won a trophy again for the 3rd year in a row for Class 2 boats. It helps that I have the only Class 2 boat. You notice I'm happy about that. We do have sales for Lions Club apparel, so that was pretty nice. Let's see, what else? The work parties at the lake and the beer garden. It's nice to be able to be of service back to your community, and we can do so much more when we work together. I'm sure we raise thousands of dollars.
Lionila, Madam President, Lions, and guests. I'm not sure if everyone knows, but we now have a marketing and publicity committee. And this past week, Katie Dillinger and I made 5 commercials. So listen to your local radio stations and hear me and Katie go wah, wah, wah.
I like that.
Right along, past presidents indeed.
President Sharon, fellow Lions guest, I have 5 happy dollars. One was on the second our grandson turned 20. Makes me feel old. 2, we had a good time at the beer garden, or I did. Jim stayed home this year. Had a good time at the beer garden. You know, it's like the customers are getting younger and younger and younger. Those kids. I swear they all look 21. And had a good time at the lake when I volunteered there. And had a blast with the kids races. Those kids are way too funny. And it's sunny and like that cucumber starts growing.
Did you not remember your lion attire? This is the first meeting. We did not meet last time. But that was the first meeting, so no. Oh, John,
President Sharon, fearless leader. I have a happy dollar because my wife Connie has seen fit to live with me for 52 years as of July 1st. She is
Except for that lady.
her and I.
Penny, did we send her a sympathy card?
Oh, and Jay, I know Jay.
Yeah, we'll take care of that. Oh, hello.
you know me.
Oh, there you go. President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests. One of my happy bucks is that on July 8th was my mother's birthday. She would be 110 if she were here with us. But today's her birthday, and so I'm honoring my mom's memory. And the other one is, I don't think this is too happy, but next Monday I will be having eye surgery. It is for my cornea, which is cloudy, so it's a laser surgery. I will be missing Tuesday's lunch as well, so don't clap for that. I mean, you really don't know what this dude looks like? Is that what you're saying? Okay,
President Sharon, Lions and guests. A big happy thank you dollar to all those that helped at the beer garden with the food. We did hot dogs and chili dogs. Next year we won't. I think we're going to go back to the burgers because we'll make more money that way.
We got a lot of requests and a lot of angry people that we didn't have burgers.
Yes, I know. I understand. It was an experiment.
I love a good hot dog.
It was an experiment.
I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad.
A big thank you to my wife, to Cheryl, to Tom, to Dan Twist. Who else? Ann. Did you come by?
At 7 to 10.
Doing what?
Trying to open the beer.
No, the food part.
He's just talking about
Food part.
Well, I ate some, does that
Hey, Patterson, we got the program.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. And a very, very happy dollar for an extraordinary young lady who has just joined our club, Hazel. She will be a worker.
All right.
Lying to the crowd. Well, hello.
Hello. President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, got a couple bucks today. The first one is a happy dollar. Happy about the fourth. Want to commend the Bob and Lloyd and Dave and Jay for their time that they put in. It really worked. Everything ran smoothly. Second dollar is not too awfully happy. Going to be missing probably the next two meetings. Yay! Friday I go in for a little procedure. Lobotomy. I have polyps all through my nose into my sinus cavity. I'm going to have a rotor job.
Where do they got it from?
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, I have $2 today. One, the first one, over the last 2 weeks, I'm not sure how many times I've talked to Ron Stopler. He doesn't remember calling me, but I enjoy every time I talk to him. He sounds great. He sounds as good as I've ever heard him. My second dollar is a thank you dollar. I want to thank the club for the donation to help Pat's service. You won't know how much that was appreciated. And for anybody that's interested in her service is Friday, 1 o'clock at Steel Chapel in Mount Solo.
Thank you.
Hey, Bob.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, it's an honor to thank everybody that worked. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I felt fine after my nap on Sunday. Everything is good. Just be ready for the fair. Concerts, which
And the concerts.
just thank you.
Lion Spencer.
Thanks, Steve. Nothing I do is dignified. One day, Steve, I will be as distinguished as you are, and they won't call it Steve's box anymore. They'll call it Spencer's box. And then Eric and I will pitch at each other like you and Terry do.
There you go.
So, got a few dollars. First is a $5 because I owe Eric $5. I'm not giving it to Eric though.
Right, there you go.
Sorry, Eric.
I know. That's part of it. I got 2 more, so 7 total today. The others, I had a great time working the beer garden, cracking open the beers, like I said. Katie guilted me into it, rightfully so. But I had a great time. I couldn't get the little plastic tab opener thing to work, so I just kept using my nail and my middle finger. Cut it up a little bit, but it was fun. Built character, right?
Right.
So we put blood and sweat and tears. So, and then kids races, that was fantastic as always. I was talking with Carrie Ann, we want to do some more pre-planning for that next year, so I'm happy to own some of the pre-planning for that now that I have a little bit more time on my hands.
Tell them what your job is.
Carnival barker. Carnival announcer. Yeah. So I'm not great with the megaphone, but we figured it out.
You did good.
But yeah, it was fantastic. It was fun.
You know what you put the big end on your face?
I did. Yeah. So that was fun. And then I was gonna work in the chuck wagon, but I did beer garden instead. So yeah. And then my guest, of course, is my dad again. We're trying to get him to join.
All right.
If you guys could all peer pressure and bully him, that would be great. Thank you.
PCC?
Al.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, you missed me, I know, while I was gone, right?
You were gone?
Oh, thank you, Layla. At least one. Just so you know, Hazel, you're sitting at kind of a dangerous table. You might choose better next time. Whitewater rafting for the first time down the Arkansas River. Now, does everybody know where the Arkansas River starts?
No, but I knew you were the rat.
Yeah, that's right. 2 people posted on Facebook, "You're in Arkansas? I thought you were going to be in Alabama." And I went, "No, the Arkansas River starts in Colorado, right south of Breckenridge." Second thing, we visited Celestial Seasonings, and here's a quiz for you. Are you ready? How many teas does Celestial Seasonings make?
100.
Well, there's 2 and an 8. 104.
0. Their name is Celestial Seasonings. And everybody in my generation, yes, it's amazing. When you take the tour and you learn this, they make about 89 flavorings, seasonings that they sell. None of them have tea. Is that amazing? Because they're herbal, it's herbs, not tea. Okay. You know,
All right,
okay.
enough of that. All right, we do have a program.
Okay, that's right.
We have a program, Hal. We have a program.
Yeah.
We just want him to shut up.
Okay. After 4 hours at the beer
We're so
garden,
nice.
my leg died, and so I couldn't work on down at the lake bank, and I'm sorry about that. And Spencer, I thought you brought your brother. Okay.
Hi, please stand.
Celestial Seasonings.
I know, you probably did. Pastor Governor.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests. First, I have to leave a little early today. Family stuff going on. I think a lot of you know that that's been going on in my life. That's why I had an unplanned week in swim, so I missed the last meeting in June as well. Our dog has, in addition to other health issues, has gone mostly deaf, so I stayed around and worked multiple shifts on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So that was nice to do that. She's not completely deaf, so she was a bit terrified during the war zone on the night of the 4th. I think it was more the concussions. She wanted to make sure you could hear the sound of the impact that they endured. $3
is for a Facebook post I saw actually a couple of weeks ago. It was honoring a stretch of highway up in Tootle, Purple Heart Lottery. And the person being honored of that was John Palmer Sr., three-time Purple Heart recipient. He's a member of the club. We haven't seen him very often.
And also a Bronze Star. He has a Bronze Star also.
Yeah, he's,
Quite decorated.
yeah, but they did, yeah, it was Purple Heart Highway, not Bronze Star Highway.
Yeah.
46th wedding anniversary yesterday. Also, I won't take your thunder, but somebody else seated at my table has the same exact day, which is nice to do. Quote of the week. This one is a Swedish proverb. Shared joy is a double joy. Shared sorrow is half a sorrow.
Pastor Chair Terry Woodruff. Now, this is becoming very interesting because my anniversary was yesterday, too.
Nowhere near 46 years or whatever. Can you give me his $5?
Okay, President Sharon, fellow Lions guests, $5 happy, sad dollar, whatever, for my wife's mom passing on the 29th of June, so it's been a while. But thank you for all that did know it before this, your well wishes. Anyway, my happy dollars is for Bob and Sharon and Katie and Jay and Jane. I don't think they left all weekend long down there. So they did a great job. And then, like I say, it's our anniversary. Mark and I worked together in the wagon, Prep 1, Prep 2. So that's how you keep together for 46 years.
Gee, Mike, we didn't know.
Secretary, Katie.
Oh,
okay.
Queen Secretary?
You're William Leniger?
I am not. That's me. President Sharon, that's going to take me a minute to get used to. Fellow Lions and guests, I have a happy dollar for the beer garden, of course. I appreciate everybody who came and helped me. Steve, thank you guys, your whole crew for the food, because that's one less thing I have to worry about, which I appreciate a lot. I'm not going to lie, though. On July 3rd, when I got to the fairgrounds at 11 a.m., I looked at our sign-up sheet, and I only had 5 people signed up for the afternoon shift. So we made it work. We squeaked by. Thank God Tanner was happy swinging beers because he had to sit there all day long. But I'm coming for you guys next year. I said it, and I said if I don't get help, I ain't doing it next year. So we'll just have to see how that goes.
Down here, let's get the right presidents going on here.
Ladies first.
Oh, 7 BPM.
President Sharon, Lions and guests, 2 quick happy bucks for just kicking the season off with Go Forth and the Spirits was really, really fun. And breaking down the next day on Saturday was actually really fun too. So if you guys have a chance to come out and do all that and clean up at the shop and stuff like that, there's really good camaraderie and it is fun.
3rd BP. John.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests. I have a couple sad dollars. I thought maybe I'd be flying a missing man chair formation at my table, but so I don't know if yell at Mark or Terry that's sitting in my chair.
Yeah.
And the second happy dollar, I wasn't able to, because of my knee, to really help a whole lot on the 4th of July, but I did my best, and I'll be at full speed for the fair.
Yeah. Not Thursday.
And Thursday.
Oh, and Thursday, okay.
President Sharon.
You're easier to be a kid.
Thank you, fellow Lions and guests. I just have a happy dollar for the whole weekend, Go Forth and the Spirits, and I just want to thank everybody for all of your hard work, and we really appreciate everything you guys do. So,
Fine.
that one's yours.
Already stealing the microphone?
Who's gonna sit in Rick's chair? Nobody.
Get a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tail Twisters. Moving right along, we're going to move on to our program, and our program chair for July is Larry Hansen.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, my privilege to introduce to you Tiffany Miller. She's the volunteer coordinator at St. John's Hospital. So she knows a little bit about volunteering just like all of us. So she's going to come share another aspect of it with us.
President Sharon, Lions, and guests, thank you so much for letting me come to you guys today to talk about volunteering at Peace Health St. John. So with us, our mission is to carry on the healing mission of Jesus Christ by promoting professional and community health, relieving pain and suffering, and treating each person in a loving and caring way. Our core values include respect, stewardship, collaboration, and social justice. So with this, basically, by you volunteering at the hospital, you are not only helping the people that work there, but other caregivers that are assisting anyone that walks into that building, including other volunteers and our patients. The benefits of volunteering, of course, as all of you guys know, because you do so much volunteering already, but volunteering improves physical and mental health. It also gives you a sense of purpose and valuable skills, broader social network, which again, I'm sure all you guys have felt throughout your time being here at the Lions, but also increases happiness levels. They've actually done studies and have proven that someone who does volunteering work will actually walk out at the end of the day with over 10% more dopamine and in their system, which is the chemical that gives us the happy sensation. It actually helps increase your lifespan, if anybody's interested in that. It lowers your blood pressure. It provides more movement, which of course helps with your health. And it also is a stress relief. And of course, we all know it's a major stress relief because not only are you there helping people, but it is a wonderful social outlet as well. So some of the areas that we have that we're really asking for volunteers in is one of them is what we call a caring cart. And I don't know how many of you have been at the hospital and by chance have had somebody walk into your room. But these are volunteers that come in and we provide items that you may not have thought that you needed while you were in the hospital. And it could be anything from word puzzles to coloring to reading eyeglasses. We have a lot of people who start in the emergency room and they find out they're being admitted, but they can't even see what anybody's handing them because they don't have their reading glasses. So we try to provide them with items that will help them while they are there, but also it's a chance to kind of have that one-on-one with the patient, which of course not only helps with their healing, but it also stimulates the happiness and healing in you as well. Usually we also have a caring cart in our ED department. And so far what we have learned is this is actually helping the experience for people in the ED. Again, we are providing them with activities to do. So a lot of people, because they're not able to leave their children at home, they're having to bring their kids into the ED. And by us providing color crayons and paper, it helps to keep the child calm. But also we provide snacks and water for visitors. So that way you don't feel that you need to step away from your loved one if you've been sitting there. Because unfortunately the waits in the ED are increasing because our population is increasing. And so by doing this, it shows that we are there to not only support the patients, but also the people who are their support system. Usually our volunteer hours are in 3 different shifts. So it is 7 days a week. Our first shift is from 8 a.m. to 12 o'clock in the afternoon. The second shift is from 12 o'clock in the afternoon to 4 p.m. And then the last shift is from 4 p.m. to 8. And I will let you know that we are trying to find a way to have these caring carts taken throughout the hospital at least 2 to 3 times a day, because we do understand that those rooms are always being turned over, and we want everybody to have the experience with those. These are actually 2 of my volunteers. This is Bri and Larry, and they have actually been volunteering. I think Bri's been there for 8 years, and Larry has been there for 12, I believe. What their job is actually helping with the front desk area. And with that, it could be anything from you just providing directions on where somebody needs to go, to possibly escorting them to their location, but also helping with discharges. And a lot of my volunteers really enjoy doing that because they get a chance to talk to the patients as they're leaving and hearing their wonderful experiences of how their recovery went and just how everything worked out so well for them. And they just absolutely just enjoy having that one-on-one conversations with people. The other thing that Peace Health provides is what we call the Dove Pantry. And this is actually very important because not only is it for the employees of Peace Health, but it's also for any volunteer. And what it is we provide food for people in need. And we do not, it's completely confidential. It's in a specific closet, so people would just use their badge to get in and out of the door. But we provide everything from soups, meats, personal hygiene items that anybody can just go in and grab when it is a time of need for them. And it's amazing on how much this has actually helped our community, especially in times of need. And the way that we receive funds in order to do this is actually Peace Health's employees donate their own funds towards it. And so plus we also have a foundation that provides donations as well. But it is one item that is very important because I actually am the person who makes sure that the pantry's filled and everything. And when I first started less than a year ago, I was able to fill the pantry and go grocery shopping about once a month. It is now becoming where I could go almost every 2 weeks and have all the food gone within that 2-week time period. And so the need has become more great. And so we definitely appreciate all the people that have helped funded this, especially our Friends of St. John, which I'll be talking about soon as well. Again, the front desk ambassador. So like I said before, these are the people that kind of escort patients, give them directions, and help them when they're lost. And I'm sure all of us have been to this hospital sooner or later. You never know where something is because either it's been moved or, it can get kind of confusing in that place. So these people are actually very important because sometimes, as you all know, if you miss your appointment, the doctor might say, sorry, you got to come back and you got to wait a while. And having these people here can definitely help your experience. So one thing that we're hoping to bring back, this was something that was started and unfortunately had to end when COVID hit, is our Sunshine Volunteers. And these volunteers actually help to create tray toppers. And what those are is they're just little cards that we put on patients' breakfast trays for special holidays. So we just did one for the 4th of July. We did one for Father's Day, Mother's Day. So any holiday, we try to create these. And it has been a wonderful experience for patients because especially when you're in the hospital and you don't have the opportunity to have family or friends come and visit you, the fact that somebody was there to wish you, a special occasion, thank you. It's amazing how much that actually means to people. And so we are really trying to find more volunteers who can help create these. because it does impact patients and their well-being so much. The other area that we have for volunteering is our gift shop. How many of you guys have been into the gift shop at St. John? Okay, I don't know if you guys know this. This is the most unusual, wonderful gift shop I've ever been to. I've worked in 4 different hospitals in my hospital careers, and this is the most unique gift shop that I have ever seen. They provide so many items that you would not find in your normal hospital gift shop. And the person who runs this gift shop is a fantastic person. She is wonderful to work with. But she is definitely in need for volunteers to come and help her run this gift shop. And again, for the gift shop, the hours right now are only Monday through Fridays. And they're from 8 a.m. to 12 or 12 to 4. But we are hoping in the near future to actually have the gift shop open on the weekends, because a lot of employees are asking for this service because they may only work 3 days a week. And of course, their days are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it makes it to where we're able to do this. But also, I'll talk a little bit more about the gift shop when I talk about the Friends of St. John's, because it does lead to a very important situation there too. Friends of St. John's, there we go. Okay, so the Friends of St. John's is a nonprofit organization that owns the gift shop, but also, we're off to the races, folks.
Hey, Bob! Hey, Bob! Where's your $1?
I was going to say, was that my 5-minute warning? All right, so with the Friends of St. John's, they own the gift shop and the Terrace coffee shop up on the 2nd floor. Okay, and they donate their profits to Peace House St. John, and they've also contributed more than $2.5 million to Peace Health. But along with that, they also do donations towards scholarships for not only caregivers, but also to students that are graduating high school. And so basically by running these 2 areas, it has actually brought in a lot of money into this community, and they've been able to give back out to this community, and it has been amazing. One of the items that they have really contributed to that I have been told is going to be up and running possibly by November of this year is new diagnostic equipment within the hospital. And this is something that has actually been needed for a very long time, and it actually is going to be a piece of equipment that is not available anywhere else within a 50-mile radius of Longview. And so it's going to be in great need, and we are very excited to have this piece of equipment. And if it wasn't for the Friends of St. John, it would take Peace Health a lot longer to get this very needed equipment. So we are just so thankful to have this team with us and helping us. With this, if you do not want to be a volunteer with St. John, where you are having a designated 4-hour shift once a week, this is another great way to be a volunteer, because basically you can come in and they let you know when they are doing certain sales that anytime they do a sale, all of that money goes towards scholarships. And so the more sales that they could do within the hospital, the more money can actually go out to scholarships for people. You can also become part of their main committee and help in designating where those funds go. And it's just they're a wonderful group of people. In fact, Sharon and Isla and Jay are already part of that committee. So if you do have more questions, I'm sure they would be more than happy to answer. But hopefully that didn't scare you based on their personalities. Hey, I got fit in somehow, Isla. I got fit in somehow. All right.
Well, especially Isla, we all know Isla.
Well, and I'll just say, I love Isla, so that kind of lets you know my personality a little bit. And if you do volunteer, I know. I'll try to keep it down, I promise. But I am actually the supervisor of all the volunteers, so I'll be the person that you'll be working with. So I really hope to see you guys. If you are interested in volunteering at all, the first step is to fill out an application. And if you are interested, I did bring applications for both the St. John volunteering, but also to volunteer as a friend of St. John. So you can take an application for one or both. You can be a volunteer in both areas. Once we get your application back, then we'll invite you to an orientation. And around that time, I would also be doing an interview with you to kind of decide what area of volunteering are you interested in? What hours would you be wanting? Things like that. So that way we can try and find the perfect fit for you, because we definitely do not want to set anybody up for failure. Then after that, we would be, while we're waiting for you to come in for your orientation things, I'll also be doing a background check. Every caregiver, which is every employee and volunteer, has to have a background check done. It is a state and national requirement. So just to let you know that. We might let him slide, it's okay. Now, I will let you know that anyone who can volunteer, they just have to be 14 years of age or older. So if you do have family members who might be interested, you can also grab an application for them. And then you will also be required to do a health screen with our Peace Health Employee Health area. With that, this last year, it was not required to have a COVID shot. So they're assuming that it's going to be the same way this year. So you do not have to have a COVID shot. They are saying that you will have to have the flu shot unless you have an exemption, which we have a form for you to fill out for that. So if you do not want to get either shot, we do have a way around it if need be, okay? And then after that, then once Employee Health has said, yes, you are good to go, then I would call you back in one more time to show you how to clock in and out of our system and to set up your training schedule. And then after that, you would be volunteering, okay? And with that, I will let you know that every volunteer area does have a training area. So it's not like we just say, you're here, have fun, good luck. You do have somebody that will be training you and mentoring you in those areas. So again, we want to make sure that this is a very fun experience for you, and we want to set you up for success. And thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Do we have any questions?
Oh,
Sure,
okay.
sure.
Well, never mind.
Obviously, does your foundation need funding from private enterprises, private groups?
Yes.
Thank you, Isla.
Do you make?
With that, what you can do is for people who need or who would like to give private donations, we actually have a separate foundation person that I can give you their contact information. Her name is Amy, and she would be more than happy to talk to you about donations.
Okay, because
For financial donations,
yeah,
yes.
just get it on paper,
I can definitely provide that information.
because that card idea was I thought was a great idea. Because Greg's going to be needing the crayons.
We want to donate to the future of our needs.
We have got to make sure that card's full.
Well, and I will admit, the donate, because that was one way that the Friends of St. John was very, very helpful for us, is because they did donate a specific amount of funds to nothing but volunteer services, which, yes, for the next 3 years, thank you, Isla, that those funds are going towards items like those carrying carts, because that is how we are providing those. So yes, absolutely.
So if we just wanted to donate funds to that, the Friends of, is that still to Amy, or could you just write a check to the Friends directly or purchase?
Well, let me ask the president of Friends, Isla. The question was, if somebody wanted to just give a financial donation to the Friends, can they, or do they still have to go through the foundation?
As far as I know, we can accept it, but for something like that, I think it might just have to go to scholarships. But for other areas of the hospital, it would go through Amy.
And,
I was saying like the cart.
okay, so with that,
They put money for.
okay, with that, I believe, and I can contact Amy and get clarification on this, but I believe you would still have to go through the foundation, but you might be able to tell them you want those funds to go specifically to volunteer services.
So designate the funds to.
Designate the funds to this area. But let me check with Amy, and then I can pass that information along to either Isla or Sharon, and they'd be able to give that information to you guys. Yes?
I would just like to make a comment. You talked about the carrying cart. When Steve was in emergency last fall, and we had to go in at nighttime, so somewhere between 8 and 10, we were in the emergency room until the following morning at 7 or 8. That's a long night. So one of the nurses that was attending us invited me into the break room where there was kind of a carrying cart. I don't know if it's the same thing, but he was able to provide some snacks for me because I was getting hungry.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, the room that he took you into is different. Yeah, with the cart that we're talking about, it's actually a rolling cart that we take into each individual room. We don't just do the waiting room area. We go actually into the rooms and ask people, would you like something? Because we definitely understand that, even if we have some patients that are having to wait in the waiting room 3-4 hours right now. And then on top of that, they might have to, once they're in the room, they might be waiting another 3, 4, 6 hours, depending on their circumstances. And so by us going through there, it's taking the time for people to receive those items without taking the nurses away from their jobs, so you guys can be serviced in a faster and hopefully more efficient way. So we're working with the ED department in order to provide those services for people.
I'd also like to make a brief statement. Most of you know I had my surgery challenges last year, and I had a 5-hour test in a freezing cold room.
Woohoo.
They normally could give you a warming blanket. This specific department did not have a heater for warming the blankets. Well, after I went, guess who has a heater now? I went to Amy from our foundation, and she got them a heater. So that is just some of the services we also provide. Because of one little complaint.
And I would just like to say my daughter was one of those scholarship winners, and she now buys medical equipment for your medical helicopters.
Nice.
Nice.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. And we would like to present to you one of our lovely Longview Pioneer Lions mugs as an appreciation for you coming and speaking. So thank you. Right. Okay, before we get to the announcements, I have a couple of things. Dwayne, could you come up here, please? So since Dwayne was out of town for installation, I have Dwayne's badge for his new position as the LCIF coordinator. So Dwayne, we would like to welcome you and thank you very much for your time. And there's your badge.
take a moment and tell you that I have 6 Melvin Jones Fellows pins already, and I'm going to be shortly in the near future be making another $1,000 donation, so I'll have my 7th. And so I would encourage the rest of you to think about what you want to do for Lions International. Working together, we can do so much more.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dwayne. And I have one more thing. William, Bill Hedgewine, will you come here, please?
This your perfect attendance pin?
Who is this guy anyway?
I have for you your 10-year pin. There you go. Thank you, and thank you so much for all of your work. We appreciate it. All right. Okay, and real quick, I have a thank you letter here from Kelly Ragland with the Columbia Theater. It was just a quick little note here saying thanking you for the donation that we gave to them. Greg, you had an announcement?
You already told us he's not coming. Yeah. Sheriff Bell Lions guest, real quick one. Tomorrow evening is our Sight and Hearing Foundation meeting. 6:30 over at Canterbury Park. Anybody is welcome to attend to see what we do. And I'd like to see more people come over. Thank you.
Bob, did you have an announcement or want to make an announcement for?
I have all these little envelopes over here. I knew I had to come here.
Yes. Just a reminder, concerts start Thursday. I think we got people signed up. We'll make popcorn Thursday morning. Then be over at the lake by 4 o'clock for first concert.
It's sponsor appreciation night too that night, so there's going to be a lot of people.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Oh.
Something we do
Well, yeah, Jane all worked, did on the ice cream wagon, which we got filled up, ready to go again, so more ice cream to go.
This Thursday, Beat Frequency is playing. You're welcome. Who? Hootie? Okay, and then one more announcement that I have. We have our board meeting this Thursday, 8 a.m. at Life Mortgage. And at the board meeting, we're going to be discussing the Thursday night meeting. More than likely, it's going to be canceled because we're going to be at the lake. So, yeah, we kind of didn't think about that until just recently. So I imagine that our this month's Thursday night meeting will at Ashtown will probably be canceled since we'll be at the lake. Marilyn?
Bringing the donuts.
That's your job now.
No, that's Karen's job.
President, Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, I was on the MD19 website today, and I noticed that I was reading the border crossing, that's their newspaper that they put out, their newsletter. And at the MD19 convention, the MD19 care coordinator was presented with a check for more than $40,000, which is what the care program's goal was to raise $40,000 this year. I just wanted to share that with you because we gave $1,000 of that $40,000 in honor of our 2 lions, Jane and Steve. So I just want to tell you, we made progress and helped them meet their success.
Great, thank you. Does anybody else have any? Everybody get out your tickets. We're going to start with the blue ticket first.
Okay, I won.
It was rigged if you won. All righty, 637.
Yes.
8.
Yes.
4.
No.
5. All right, Mike Parker. While Jay makes his way over with the cards for him, let's get out the red tickets. We have 404, 8, 4, 0. Harold, where would you like diabetes? Alrighty. Go ahead, Jane. Or Darlene.
You would show me either, Mike. President, Sharon, Bill, Lyons, and guests. Dessert winners for today are John Claypool. And Dwayne Smith.
Yay! 9. Mike Parker pulled the 9 of hearts. So the pot lives on for another week. Alrighty, I think that is everything that we have for today. So everybody have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you on Thursday night at the concerts at the lake.